to the 2020 RAST Conference. I'm Patricia Dechow, Managing Editor for the Review of Accounting Studies. Each year, RAST holds a conference and we alternate the location between Europe, North America and Asia. And I'm very happy that this year the conference is being hosted by Maureen McNichols at Stanford Graduate School of Business. Thanks very much, Maureen. This year's conference focuses on the role of accounting and corporate social responsibility. As accountants, I think we're all very aware that people become more concerned of and care about things that are measured. And so accounting and disclosure plays key roles in changing corporate behavior. My hope is that this conference will inspire many of you to think about how your research can help tackle many of the difficult issues that we face today. And with that, I will turn it over to Anne Beyer, who will give you some welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. Patty is actually with us, but she's quarantining in a hotel in Australia, and the hotel's internet is often a bit unreliable, so she decided to take the safe route and record her welcoming remarks. I'd like to join Patty in welcoming you to the 2020 RAST Conference hosted by the Stanford GSB. Of course, when Maureen started planning the conference in the fall of last year, we had all hoped that we would be able to see and welcome you in person on campus. But this year's format also has its benefits, most notably that we were able to extend the invitation to a much larger group of the leadership of the Review of Accounting Studies. So welcome to you all. The editors of RAST chose to focus this year's conference on aspects that in many ways go beyond the traditional accounting topics of measuring income. This reflects the important role that corporations and organizations more generally play in our society that goes beyond the creation of wealth. And many, I think, of the events in recent history have given us reason to consider these aspects of welfare and the role that corporations play in them, right? Whether it's the individual health and the access to healthcare in the wake of a pandemic, or the extreme weather and the wildfires, at least here in California, that sort of give you a very tangible sense of what climate change might look like in the future. Of course, also the threats to democracy and freedom of the press that we have seen around the world, and equity and inclusion for individuals and groups that have not and do not enjoy and receive fair treatment and equal opportunities. And we see the importance of these aspects for corporations also reflected in management education. In the MBA program here at the GSB, much emphasis is given to the role corporations play in society and the importance of principled and purposeful leadership. And the GSB has also just published its second annual report on diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'm sure many of you have seen similar initiatives at your schools. One challenge, though, that we regularly face is that we just don't know enough about the complex relationships between organizations, corporations, society, and individuals. And so we need rigorous research that helps us move beyond stereotypes and conventional wisdom. And I'm really heartened by the fact that many of you and many of my colleagues here at the GSB focus on these issues and provide insights that we can take back into the classroom and inform the general discussion. With that, we have 8 sessions to look forward to. Lastly, I'm going to thank the conference sponsor, Cambridge Business Publishers, for the financial support to this year's RAST conference. We really appreciate it. George Worthman, that I think many of you know from Cambridge Business Publishers, had planned to attend the conference. However, he just let me know that a last-minute COVID-related emergency at the office prevents him from being here with us. But of course, if you have any questions about the textbooks, then feel free to reach out to him. And with that, welcome again to the 2020 RAST conference, and I will turn it over to my colleague Jang Ho Choi, who will moderate the first session.